Brandon Pockers with the league winners. Coming over to Wake Forest, how have you helped the rest of the team adjust to the new offensive scheme, and how have you helped them really get their feet underneath them and start to hit the ground running as you're approaching fall camp and the regular season?
It's a good question. Now, the scheme is a little new for me, coming from a little bit different offense. But the first step was getting to know everyone on the team, understanding who everyone is and why they play football. So after I did that, it was easy for me to just be a good leader and set the standard and let them follow.
Devin, center aisle, third row, gentleman right there on the edge.
Hey, Devin, Barry Lewis, Wake Forest on SI. Same question to you. With the quarterback battle, how are you growing, and how are those two helping you help this new O-line?
Yeah, the quarterbacks, they've done a great job just getting to know me, getting to O-line, and showing us their true colors. I think both of them bring a lot of great things to the table, and whichever one the coach decides to put behind us, I know is going to do the right thing.
Devin, right side, third row.
Kenton Gibbs, Locked On ACC. You came all the way from the other side of the country with Coach Dickert. What was it about you all's relationship that made you say, I'm following you wherever you go? If we're staying in Pullman, we're staying there, but if we're going over to North Carolina, we're going there?
It was definitely a difficult time in my life, but it's not just Coach Dickert that made it so easy for me to come to Wake Forest, but the men he surrounded himself with, Coach Jared Castor. I know he brought Coach Edwards over, Coach Witt. Coach Callagis is a man that I really trust, and also Coach Ben Anacchione. Coach Dickert has done a good job surrounding himself with men that I can trust and that I know will help me be my best. So it made it really easy for me to come to Wake Forest University.
Left side, fifth row, sort of in the middle.
Cam Lemons, Demon Deacon Digest, 24/7 Sports. Devin, during spring and probably during the fall, there's some shuffling on the offensive line, but you've really been the consistent guy in the middle of it. How hard is it to kind of organize everything when everyone's kind of shifting out to different positions? And also, how does that make you kind of better to say, hey, I need to be able to relate to different people that are around me?
Yeah, that's a great question. In offensive line, it's important to know what everyone's doing. I like to know what the tackle's doing, what the guards are doing. And if you can cross-play like that and play on both sides of the line of scrimmage, it just makes it easier to help the team. So the most important thing with being able to play with different people is just being able to understand and trust everyone. Makes it way easier to play with different people around me.
Left side, front row, right in front of you.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Devin, you hear what Coach has to say about that statement, built in the dark. What does that mean to you, and how does this team already have started to embody what that means?
Yeah, and it's more than a statement and it's more than a mantra. It's a way of living. If we want to win on August 29th and if we want to win on Saturdays, that starts before the kickoff. That starts with the early mornings, the late nights, the film sessions, the going to sleep at the right time, the eating the right foods. All that stuff will help us win on Saturday. So it's all about getting an advantage and making sure we can win.
Devin, from the podium, you wrestled in high school. How have those skills helped you as a center?
PSA to any high schooler who wants to play collegiate or wants to play in the trenches, start wrestling. Wrestling is all about being in a powerful position in hand fighting, and those skills directly translate to offensive line play and defensive line play. And wrestling is some of the toughest training I've ever had to do in my life. Physical, one-on-one combat that you have to win. And when you look at the bigger picture of football, it's a whole bunch of one-on-one matchups happening at the same time. So I thank my wrestling coaches, and I thank the wrestling team I was a part of for that.
What weight class did you wrestle?
They call it heavyweight, but 285 was the cap.
Well, we will leave it on that. Ladies and gentlemen, Wake Forest, good luck this season.
Go Deeks.
Folks, that'll finish us out for day number 2 of our 2025 ACC football kickoff. We will resume in this room tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with Boston College.